I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to end suffering and come back into peace and harmony. Because one thing that I've realized in my experience is that actually suffering and choosing to participate in things that cause me suffering is actually a choice. When I chose to take responsibility for the fact that I'm creating my suffering and also creating my joy, what I found is that my life completely shifted. I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how I got to this point, how I realized this, and how you can step into the same thing so that you can actually realize and make sure that you're only creating what you prefer to create in your life. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do actually post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to end suffering and come back into peace and harmony is, number one, to understand that actually suffering is a mental program. When you're creating suffering in the world, that is a mental program that you've actually chosen to participate in. And that might sound hard to believe, but the truth is that, think about it like this. When you're in an environment, when you're in a situation where you feel like you don't want to be there, have you ever thought about the fact that actually you're choosing to be there and that you're choosing to create that energy? Because you could pull back. You could not be there and come back into your center and be in a space of peace and harmony. Now, I'm not saying that there's not times and places where challenges can come up and actually challenge you, and maybe certain situations can happen that are painful, or maybe you're in some reactive pattern, or maybe you get emotional. Of course, these things are all a part of life. But what I've realized is that reactivity is, it's basically going to happen no matter what. But the question is, how long are you going to stay in that reactivity? When Joe Dispenza talked about this in one of his lectures or videos, I was very intrigued by this because it made total sense to me, which is that actually you're going to react. You're going to get reactive sometimes. But the question is, how long? When he said this, it blew my mind, because it's like, actually, if I get reactive sometimes, that's totally cool. But the question is, how long am I going to allow that to happen? Am I going to let myself stay in those reactive patterns, or am I actually going to take responsibility and pull back into my own energy so that I don't have to be in some reactive pattern that I don't prefer to be in? Once you realize that suffering is a mental program, and that actually you can choose to create joy when you want to create joy, what you'll find is that your life completely shifts. Because it also reminds me of when somebody asked Sadhguru, hey Sadhguru, how do you manage stress? And Sadhguru said, why would you manage stress? Stop creating it. Don't manage your stress. Stop creating the stress to begin with. See, we have this raw capacity that we build in our life through practices like meditation or whatever you got to do to realign your energy. And when you have this capacity, the question is, where are you going to place your attention and your energy? Who deserves your attention and your energy? What deserves your attention and your energy? Does a situation or a person that causes you suffering, does that actually deserve your attention and energy? Absolutely not. You only want to give your energy to your creative outlets that are in alignment with your life purpose, and things that actually bring you joy, and things that actually are going to help you to feel more peace and harmony later on in your life. It's an investment, right? You want to be investing in things, giving your energy, only things that are going to come back to you and help you to feel better. If I'm arguing with somebody or complaining about a situation, that's a horrible investment to make. Wouldn't you think so? Wouldn't you think that rather than investing your energy into an argument with somebody that has no benefit to your life, Wouldn't you much rather invest that energy maybe into your business, or maybe into a business partner, or maybe into some romantic relationship that you resonate with, or something that's going to actually help you to feel more peace and harmony? Why would you invest your energy into a mental program, into a thought pattern, into an emotional pattern that is causing you suffering? This makes no sense. You don't want to be giving your energy to mental programs that are causing you suffering. You don't want to be giving your energy to situations that are causing you suffering. You don't want to be giving your attention consciously to situations that are draining your energy and not allowing you to feel connected to who you are. Remember that suffering is a mental program. It is absolutely a choice to give energy to situations, people that cause you suffering, and it is absolutely a choice to give energy to only things that bring you joy. And when you can learn to trust this and trust in yourself to only give energy to what it is that you actually prefer, what will happen is that not only will your suffering decrease or completely be eliminated, what can happen is that actually you'll understand, how joy actually works. Joy is building up all this peace, all this harmony in your life, and then giving it all to the world because you don't know what to do with all that energy. It's like when I'm meditating and I'm feeling all this peace and harmony, at some point it's like I have to explode this energy to the world and just give all this love. Now, am I going to explode in an argument? No, I'm not. I'm going to explode all that energy in these videos. I'm going to record a course. I'm going to do something that's actually valuable to the world that is going to help me and others. That's where my energy is going to go. I'm not going to be giving my energy to things that cause me suffering. I'm going to be giving all that energy that I built up in my system to things that are actually beneficial to me. Now, the second thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to end suffering and come back into peace and harmony is number 2, understand that you can choose to disengage from the program. Suffering is a mental program, right? You can feel the emotional pattern swaying you. Understand that you don't have to choose to engage in that program. You do realize that, right? That there's this program, there's this thought pattern, there's this energy that you think you desire to go in that direction, right? Because of this program, you think you desire it, you think you want it, but while you're doing it, you feel bad in your body. Isn't that crazy? Like we think we want something, but while we're doing it, we feel horrible in our body. Isn't that really ironic how you think that you're on the way to what you want, yet you feel terrible in the process of getting there? Like what is that? Like what is that about? That actually means that there's a belief system that we believe, well, the person might believe that you don't have a choice to disengage from the program. You can choose to disengage from the programs in your life. Nobody ever told you that you have to engage in a thought pattern that's causing you suffering. Whoever said that? You decided that at some point in your consciousness and forgot that it was a choice to do so. That's the truth of the situation here. The truth of the situation here is that you are the controller of your attention. You don't control people, you don't control circumstances, but you absolutely control your attention. Your attention is something you have full power and control over. Now, are you going to give your attention to things that cause you suffering? Why would you do that? Once you realize that you can choose to disengage from patterns and situations and people that cause you internal conflict and suffering, that is a very liberating truth to realize this, because you realize that actually you never had to engage in that thing in the first place. And you're not going to hold anger and resentment towards yourself. Why? Because anger and resentment towards yourself would be further engaging in the program. It's a trap. When you get angry at your past self, God, why was I so stupid, right? That is actually further reinforcing the program. So the key is to completely disengage until you get back into a space of peace and harmony. Then you can go on with your day. I personally don't make decisions based in fear. I don't make decisions based in reactivity. I make decisions from my highest intuition, from my highest intuitive capabilities, and my deepest connection to my source and who I am. That's the place that I want to be making decisions from. I don't want to be making decisions from a place of reacting to some program that's not even mine. It's not even my program. It's some program that I picked up from somebody around me in my environment or some person. It's like, do you want to be making choices from programs that you never even chose to I mean, that you never wanted to do, that you never wanted to engage in, but you chose to be there, and you just want to stay there because you believe you have to. You're going to be making choices, life decisions from a limited paradigm that you chose to be in that's not even yours. Of course, you're going to suffer when you make choices grounded in belief systems that were never even yours to begin with. Of course, there's going to be suffering in a person's life when they make choices from a space of reactivity, because you're making a choice based on a program that already had the suffering that you don't want. You're trying to fix this problem. You're trying to fix this problem from the energy of the problem. I'm going to say that one more time. You're trying to fix the problem from the energy of the problem. You want to disengage from the problem completely, and the problem stops becoming reality because you stop creating it. When you stop creating the program, you stop believing that it's a real thing. It stops becoming real for you. It stopped becoming real. I used to have really bad flare-ups with my skin. I used to have really bad flare-ups. It was connected to my emotions, right? I used to have something called eczema. I still have lingering aspects of it, but I've realized that it's all an energy game. When you're reacting emotionally to something and you let that explode, you can use that and harness that in a particular way that's going to help you to go where you want to go. Or you can explode in anger, reactivity, negativity, self-harm. You can harm yourself. All that's happening when the ego takes control is that you're harming yourself. You've chosen to believe in a program that's harming you. And I used to have this problem. I became conscious that my health issues were simply me choosing to harm myself. To harm myself. And when I realized that, it's like, why would I harm myself? I don't want to hurt myself. So I slow down and tell that energy, calm down, right? This emotional, this reactive pattern, you can just be with it. You can be with the emotion and then until it fades. Don't make any ridiculous choices from a place of reactivity. That's going to send you down situations you don't want to be in. Make a choice when you're calm, when you're grounded, when you feel connected to your source, when you feel connected to your highest intuition. That's the place you want to be making choices from. And the first step to that is to disengage from the programs and to have a belief that actually it is a choice to disengage from those programs. It is a choice to disengage from those negative frequencies that you don't want to be in. You don't have to engage in it. You don't have to engage in the program. Just don't give it attention. How do you do this? You shift your attention to this present moment instead. Shift your attention to your breathing. Imagine, let's just say you're in a reactive pattern, right? You're reacting. Instead of trying to fix that problem, shift your energy back to yourself. Shift your energy, your attention. Attention is energy. Back to your breathing, back to the present moment, back to what feels peaceful and harmonious to you. Automatically, you're not giving energy to the program anymore because you're just shifting your focus. Don't think about a blue elephant right now. What pops up into your experience? A blue elephant. So don't try not to think about a blue elephant. Shift your attention to what you prefer instead until the blue elephant simply stops becoming a part of your experience of life. And once this happens, you realize, just like the blue elephant, you don't have to actually give attention to something you don't want to give attention to. You simply shift your attention to something else. This has helped me to heal my health in very powerful ways. My health continues to get better every single day. This has allowed me to have peace and harmony in my life that I was never able to have until I realized this. Not only did the suffering go away, or at least most of it, because obviously again there's times where I get reactive, but I know how to deal with that situation now. But actually I realized that actually I understand what joy is too. Again, joy is simply giving energy from a space of I want to give, and it feels amazing to give. And if it stops feeling amazing, then I don't want to give anymore because it's not giving. That's just actually suffering being created through conscious choice. And we want to avoid that to actually allow you to create the things that you want and be in alignment with your life purpose from a place of purity, from a place of love, and from a place of actually being connected to the source of who you actually are at the core. Now, the third thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to end suffering and come back into peace and harmony is to, number 3, understand that you only want to give when you have the capacity to give. You don't want to be giving energy to people, to situations, when you don't even have the energy to give. Like, you've probably heard the saying, only give when you have your cup full. But it sounds cliche, but like most people in society are not following that principle. It's easy to like understand that logically. It's another thing to like have a reactive pattern and make the wise choice to stop giving and to come back into your center. Because every part of your being is going to want to keep arguing or fighting or being involved in the program. Like, it has momentum, right? You have to say no to that and come back into your center. And if you don't feel like you're giving from a place of wanting to give, you have to say to yourself, you know what? I actually don't want to be giving in this situation right now. I want to pull back into myself, the peace and harmony that I have with myself, and then come back to give when I'm ready. I only record videos when I come from a place of purity. I do meditation before every single video. I usually do meditation after my videos too, because I get really fired up and I connect with the collective consciousness and I connect with all the energy. You might think this is woo-woo, but I'm conscious of the fact that when I'm recording these videos, I'm connecting to the collective consciousness. I have big goals, I have big dreams. I connect my energy to a lot of people, and I'm very aware that I'm connecting with that energy, and that's a lot of energy to carry. So when I'm finished recording a video, I kind of have to do meditation after to rebalance those energies and rebalance those frequencies. Otherwise, I'm going to carry the baggage from this video. Not that like I'm saying I'm carrying your baggage or anything, but like in a way I am. Like, I'm not saying it's baggage, but I'm connecting with energy of people that are not my energy, and I'm making it my energy. I'm taking it on as my own, right? This is how energy works. And I'm giving you all my capacity and life force. I'm giving you my raw, pure life force. And so after this video, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and meditate and refresh my energy so that actually I'm not carrying all this emotion to the next activity in my day. I'm not carrying all this energy. Like, if I'm in some really emotional situation, like I'm expressing a lot of passion and I need to go do something else, to make sure that I feel how I want to feel, I'm going to harmonize my energy to make sure that I can go to the next activity feeling good, feeling refreshed, feeling calm. Okay? If I'm ever overly manipulating something, guess what I'll do? I'll stop trying to fix the situation and I'll stop creating the problem. Usually the problem either completely vanishes, it fixes itself, or I can set some intentions back in peace where I come back and that situation fixes itself through my own intentions, through my own magic, through my own affirmation, through my own intentions. Or what will happen is that I'll come back to that situation from a clear space of being aligned with my energy, and I have a much broader perspective of how to handle that situation in comparison to when I was fixated and lost in the delusion of the problem. See, it's a really big problem that we have in society, ironically, that we're trying to fix the problem from the energy of the problem. Eject from the problem and you'll find that you have a broader perspective to handle that situation. And of course, you won't have suffering in your life, or you'll have very little of it. And if you do have any suffering, you'll know how to deal with that, stop being reactive, and you will realize that once again, you are the divine creator of your reality. And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well. Also, leave a comment on this video if this video was supportive for you, because I do love to hear what people have to say and I would love to read your comments. Also, leave a like on this video because I do believe that every single person on this planet does deserve to know that they are divine creators of their reality, and that actually they can manifest their reality and do so in the most effortless and easeful way possible, helping themselves and helping others in the process as well. And hitting that like button does help the YouTube algorithm push the videos out to more people, and that would be greatly appreciated. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.